Adam's in the shed. He has COVID. He got laid off. His life is in a slump. All right, but hey,
He's
look,
vaping in the shed. Looks like an old noir movie with the smoke coming out. Hardly see his face. It's in the shadows.
I'll be fine.
He looks like we're having a meeting. William and I are having a town meeting, all because there's like some giant killer that's killed somebody, and we're having a town hall meeting about it. I don't know, like a shark or something, and is killing people. And Adam right now looks like the guy that you turn, the camera pans over, and he's just a wasted, creepy, old, hungover guy. He's, oh, I know what sharks like. Sharks like a good kiss on the lips.
And he's shirtless.
No, he's like, I'll fuck your shark. I'll fuck the head, the tail, the whole thing.
But I'm not doing it for $3,000.
Yeah, just give me $10,000.
I'll do hand stuff for $3,000, but if you want me to get him off, it's gonna be $10,000.
I'll suck his dick.
They're like, we just want you to catch it and kill it.
Let me see your cock. Ooh, smooth cock from Cowdick Buddy. Or from
That would make the whole meaning or the title have the title Jaws has a whole different connotation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaws.
They call me Jaws.
Yeah,
I can suck off a shark from 3 meters out.
You just need to get his dick sucked. That's why he was so pissed, killing all these people.
We just delivered the bomb, the H bomb.
I had to suck 342 shark off from the back. You know how hard it is to suck a shark off from the front, let alone from the back?
I saw my buddy Ryan from Boston bobbing up and down. He wasn't asleep. He was getting fucked by a shark.
He was getting fucked.
And then when he dies, he's actually getting his dick sucked really well by the shark. And that's like the poetry of that.
The movie. Which movie is it, Adam?
Jaws.
Jaws, 1975, directed by Steven Spielberg. This movie changed everything. Let's be honest, okay? This is the first big, high-budget summer blockbuster. This movie...
For real?
You can make a line in the sand and be like, there's movies before this and after this, because there were movies for smart people and adults before this, and then there's movies for morons and teenagers afterwards.
Which one is Jaws?
We won.
Jaws is the intersection of those two things.
The middle of the Venn diagram.
And it is it's like the perfect summer blockbuster, and everything Hollywood has tried to shit out since then has not been as good.
Nothing?
No.
Not a single thing.
Not a summer blockbuster.
What are you talking about?
What about JP?
Look at The Rock.
Look at the rise of Gru.
Sean Connery, he's basically Quint. I'll fuck your island. I'll get you right back on that island. Take you to the showers of Alcatraz. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everything about this movie has been ripped off a billion times in a million ways, and it's never been as good. Jurassic Park is not nearly as good as this movie. Jurassic Park is for...
No, it is not.
No.
What about Ready Player One?
No, that movie sucks.
Come on.
What?
The graphics are good. The graphics are good. It's not nearly as well written.
As Jaws, Ready Player One.
You think it's as well written as Jaws?
The book was.
So here we go. Adam is a moron. That's something we all have to get out of the way.
Yeah, let's just get that out of the way.
I'm just a big Ready Player One guy.
Here's the thing about Adam. If he was a character in Jaws, he would actually be Brody. He would be the sheriff. He's a family man. Yeah. He moved to a new town. Things aren't going well for him. He's okay at his job. He's not great, but he tries.
He literally, on that note, he literally has like part of a monologue where he's talking about being a cop in Manhattan or whatever. He's like, yeah, out there, it doesn't seem like you're doing anything. You're not putting a dent in crime or anything, but one person can make a difference out here in a small town. He like gave up trying to fix a city. And he's like, well, it's easier to do my job out here because you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
He's lazy.
Yeah.
And
point.
what's interesting about that monologue is that was something that was going on in America at the time. There was a big flight from all the cities into the suburbs, and a lot of success of this movie is because of like the new suburban audiences, the new nerd children who would watch Jaws, then Star Wars, then Rocky, then Star Trek, the motion picture, all the 80s garbage, Goonies, up until Ready Player One. Ready Player One is basically the husk of death of this entire movement. And to see Steven Spielberg demean
Pretty
himself.
harsh.
Well,
Wait, Spielberg did that movie?
yeah.
Oh,
think about how pathetic that is.
for who? Spielberg?
This guy,
Because
he should be
he was
he should be
25
crushing
at
it.
Jaws. He
Yeah,
was
he's
like
like
a 25-year-old, right?
yeah.
He made Jaws when he was 25.
It was like one of his first ones, right?
That's
This is
basically
the-
the same thing that I did.
This is his third movie.
Well, this one was.
I was
his
23
third?
actually. So
Cool.
no big deal.
So his first movie was made for television. It's like one of the most brilliantly directed movies of all time, only because like he shot it in like 10 days or something. And there's like hundreds of camera moves and shots that he like meticulously planned out. And then he was able to like cover like an enormous amount of ground every day. And he made this little TV movie that was so good. They added a few scenes and they released it in drive-ins, and that was a big hit. His second movie, Sugarland Express, is pretty good. I've only seen it once. I might need to do a rewatch. It's like a,
Sugar.
couple on the run movie. You know who's in it? William Atherton, in a rare like dramatic role where he doesn't play like the bad guy from Ghostbusters or the bad guy from Real Genius or the bad guy from Biodome. He's like actually a character.
William.
But-
who?
He's a brilliant man.
Jaws, this movie should have been a schlocky piece of garbage, but they made a
Well,
shark.
wasn't it a joke as they were filming it? Like the crew and everybody thought it was a joke.
Well, yeah, because they thought it was gonna be dumb. But the problem with the movie was the shark didn't work. Steven Spielberg makes one extremely difficult but brilliant choice in this movie that it ultimately is what elevates it above everything else made before it. He shoots everything on the ocean. Now, if this was shot in the 60s, there would be like rear projection, there'd be like shitty inserts, like
Right.
Hitchcock. Like Alfred Hitchcock will make a movie where two people are sitting down talking to each other at a cafe, and the background is rear projection, and it's like shaky and bouncy and looks like ass. Like
Yeah.
The Birds is a very similar movie, but Jaws just
I was going
looks
to ask
fucking
about
amazing.
that. The practical effects, like how did they get at the end? Like how did they get the boat? And I'm sure it's just engineering to be half sunk, or was it cheated? It was probably a lot more shallow than it looked.
You got to take the backlot tour at Universal Studios.
Oh, I have, baby.
It'll tell you everything you need to know.
That's where they
So-
filmed it there.
No, they didn't. So
I saw where they shot it. And they still have the boat, and they show
Hey,
you the
moron.
scene when you're.
That's not where they shot it.
What?
That's not LA. He's the background. You
Well,
kidding?
okay, and you're
If
going to
they-
tell me
if
they
the
The
last
didn't
guy on
scene-
the
shoot all
tour
the-
said this is the scene from Jaws.
yeah,
It's a ride.
A
you
reenactment.
dipshit.
Fuck.
but okay, William,
you
hold
thought
on.
he
I'm
shot
on
it
Adam's
there?
side.
I've been bragging to
So
people about
you're
this
telling
for
me
a
the
long
Fast-
time.
You're telling me the Fast and the Furious movies were also not filmed there? Because I went on a 3D ride of one of those.
Yeah. I've been in the
Guys.
DeLorean.
Anyway,
I've been in experience Back to the Future.
let's talk about the plot and the characters, because this movie
It was amazing.
movie- is so entertaining and so good and so
Every
perfect.
scene.
Is shocking.
Would you say that it has lineage to like old monster movies or has
Yes.
lineage into like slasher movies
Yeah, both.
or giallo? Is there giallo?
No,
It's Gia.
there's no Giallo
Well,
reference.
there's the point of view killer shot,
There's no mystery.
right?
There is no point of view killer shot.
Yeah,
there's
is.
one-
The
There's
shark shot.
there's a camera above water. That shot
underwater.
or underwater.
No, there's a point of view, not of
Yeah, that's
the,
a monster, but that's a monster.
not of the shark.
monster movies have had point of view shit like that.
Yeah,
too.
that's like the
Another-
easiest way to not have to show the monster.
The closest
Right.
monster movie people would say is like Creature from the Black Lagoon, which has real underwater photography and like a real
You're gonna say
underwater
real
monster.
Yeah, real underwater monsters.
Damn.
That
It was
movie has
actually-
more.
They actually it was a tar. There was actually a tar monster that lived in there.
Yeah.
What's surprising
And a
about this
mud
movie,
man.
except for the beginning where that woman is killed nude sunbathing, like it's surprising there isn't more naked women, more women getting eaten, you
I
know,
wouldn't
like
say surprising and a little upsetting, but
because so many of these movies are like that. You know,
well,
it's
it
just
reels
like,
you in right out the gate with that opening scene. Some taties. And then
what's
you're
up-
like, okay, this is gonna be one of those.
what's up with this guy
Yeah.
just falling asleep, unable to take his shoes off, and just passes out on the beach?
I
He's
know.
wasted,
just-
man. He couldn't even get his clothes off. You don't remember him saying, like, I can't. He's like, I know how to swim,
He's such a fucking
but
idiot.
I guess
dude.
I don't
can't-
even know how to get my clothes and my shoes off. He
Oh,
literally
man.
says that.
I don't know how to take my. Oh man, I'm so wasted. I can't get laid. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
He
falling
was
asleep.
afraid.
I mean,
Afraid to
yeah.
fuck a hot babe.
He was afraid.
Yeah.
Interesting reading on that.
He got scared. 'Cause
You've never
Okay.
been in
it's
this exact same
intimidating to-
situation, William?
To fuck a hot babe. They're scary.
He just came in his pants and was like, "Oh, I'm done."
All right.
Yeah.
See you in the morning.
So she gets eaten alive. Her corpse is found on the beach. The new sheriff in town, Sheriff Adam Bowers, shows up, and he's
Hell
he's like, "Whoa, that chick is killed. There's a shark out there." And then the mayor. If the second coolest character in the movie is the mayor, this guy, he knows how to run a town and he knows how to make money. Okay. This guy is like, we don't have a shark. People get scared of sharks. The doctor is now saying maybe that's just a woman who got chewed up by a propeller. Let's not
Yeah.
panic, everybody. Okay.
It's all about that money. That
I would-
green.
I'd argue and say he's probably the coolest character. He's running that. He's the second coolest. The drunk guy is obviously Quint is the coolest. But no, he's just running that shit like a mobster. He's always wearing like fancy ass suits, very flashy suits.
With anchors on him.
And you can tell he's smart enough to know that, yeah, he's probably wrong, but he doesn't get how serious it is for some reason. It's like somebody's been murdered for the first time or killed for the first time in 15 years or whatever they said.
Chewed up, spit out. Her when they look at her body in the morgue, they just take a small tray out because she doesn't even have a
Yeah.
body.
It's just
They-
like her hand in that pile of trash and flesh.
Yeah. So, very similar to Cruising.
Oh yeah.
So,
Morgue stuff you're saying?
little trivia, Steven Spielberg at one point was going to direct Cruising.
Ooh, wow.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. Guy in a
Cruising.
Guy in a leather jacket and leather.
It would have been
biker hat,
way
but
less.
it's
It would have been
ET.
bad.
Not necessarily. I mean, look at the
It
instance
would
to
have been
shoot,
like PG though.
to shoot Jaws on the ocean. Cruising was shot in real gay clubs. It's like, the same mindset is at work between these
Yeah.
two filmmakers. But anyway, things got to go on. The town's got the big 4th of July weekend. They open the beach anyway. And there's this woman with glasses who has a little redheaded kid who gets eaten right on the 4th of July.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That kid was asking for it.
The Kittner boy.
I
Now,
cheered.
Well, the mom was a piece too.
I kind of remember when he gets eaten, by the way. I remember the blood spray that you see of the shot from like the beach of him getting eaten. I remember that blood spray being more comedic, like a spit take from like the ocean or something, but it was not that.
You remembering that now, or
you just
feel like
making
you thought?
your flights of fancy. Adam is
Well-
known for his flights of fancy and just sort of makes things up and goes to a fantasy world.
Well, my point is yes, that's true. But my point is that it's an interesting choice to show the blood like that. I don't know. That makes that thing stick in your brain more because it's like a shocking amount of like blood spraying up for like a kid death scene. It's kind of cool.
Well,
It's like
yeah,
more
because
blood than kid.
back then they weren't really thinking of it like, oh, this is a kid's movie, this is an adult movie. They were just like, we're just making
It's
a
a movie.
movie. Like, I don't know, there's blood, right? Like,
And you think things
This-
have changed?
this
And
is
nudity.
Hollywood.
Kids love both of those things. Adults
now-
love both of those things.
Yeah, now they
Everyone.
really control that shit. And they kind of they have like a lot of bloodless violence, you know. It's like they have like
It's almost
You know,
like they
every-
have an agenda.
it's movie by committee now. And it's like this
There's
one.
there's no blood, but everyone is trans. That's
Exactly.
That's
There's
the
no-
agenda.
That's how it's
What?
different.
So
Because they had a blood transplant or what? Transfusion?
Yeah.
they now know there's a shark in the town. They got to kill this shark. Mrs. Kittner puts an ad in the newspaper. Bunch of yahoos from all over the Northeast show up, and they're ready to kill a shark, hunt shark. And these guys are cool.
That's a fun crew. They are a
They got-
fun looking crew.
They got boats. They got firecrackers.
It's dynamite. What are you talking about? Firecrackers.
They got dynamite.
Little
They even
pranksters going to
they
kill a
even
shark.
said we yeah. They're like, this is dynamite.
Dennis the Menace types. That would be cool.
Chumming. This is how I learned about chumming. Was this movie? Also,
Coming in the waters.
this movie was a huge factor into why I absolutely hate going into the ocean. I'm terrified of it.
Yeah, Ryan's a giant pussy.
You're scared of the
No.
ocean.
He's a land
It's a
lubber,
respect. Top three
which is
fears.
a type of pussy.
Top three fears in no particular order: the ocean, horses, and
Success,
spiders.
sobriety,
Commitment.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those aren't top three fears. These are respect-based fears. I respect
Responsibility.
Respect
those things.
success.
All those things are just top three like annoyances. I ain't scared to be sober.
Ryan is a scare. I took him
You
to the
should
beach.
be scared if I'm sober.
I made Ryan go into the ocean for the first time in his
Two
life
success.
a couple summers ago.
That is not at all
That's not
what
true.
happened.
Wow.
No, that's probably the furthest I've gone.
Hold on. To be fair,
That's what I was the
Adam
furthest out I've
calls his-
gone.
Adam calls his butthole the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the furthest I gone. It was a short, very shallow butthole,
Yes.
about 15 feet out. I
Anyway,
went,
so
and,
yeah, just so everybody knows, I can claim
Look, Ryan's from the
not to be afraid of
Nebraska.
the ocean.
They don't have no ocean in Nebraska.
that was a gross
No, I
ass
know.
seaweedy ass ocean too.
No, it was beautiful. There's fish and shit.
I don't like
The
fucking
ocean
around
is
with
alive.
lakes either.
But it did make me think. Your like giant pussy fear of the ocean made me think about that and maybe be like, wow, the ocean really is like an alien dimension. You kind of, or like an alien atmosphere. You kind of.
All
enter
right,
into.
new top three fears. One just got replaced. I'll take horses off of my list and just add number one fear: my brain turning into atoms.
Number one fear.
Number
two
one
fear.
fear: big
Adam's
Freaky Friday with
metaphors.
Adam.
No,
Adam's metaphor.
His
Number
metaphors.
three.
it's so
This
annoying because you
image of
guys do
him
this
on
on
Zoom
the
right
most
now.
interesting things that I say.
It's an alien
The
atmosphere.
alien's like an alien.
What?
The ocean's
The
like
ocean
an
is-
alien.
It's like an
Alien.
alien atmosphere.
Yeah, James
Understand what I'm
Cameron made a
saying?
movie called Aliens of the Deep. Blah blah blah. Who cares?
Also,
Shut up.
everywhere is an alien atmosphere if somebody is
Okay,
in
but-
it from outside of it. So you're the alien in the ocean.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Well, it's
So
like
it is,
completely
but
different.
so
You're
the beach
floating.
is-
You're
the beach is-
vulnerable.
But the beach is also an alien atmosphere for fish.
If you don't have this thought, Ryan, why are you afraid of the ocean?
It's a respect-based fear.
This is not a unique thought. I hate when Adam doesn't have a unique thought and then thinks it's so unique and powerful. Like, you know,
I've never heard it, so nobody's been telling me these things.
You just freestyling it.
we haven't explored the ocean.
Yeah.
There's lots of parts of the ocean the humans haven't been to. Blah blah
But just
blah.
even being in the out like 50 feet into the ocean, like with seaweed, like it's like a whole different like ecosystem, and also
Well-
you have no power. You're not the top of the food chain.
This is why Adam is Sheriff Brody. He's scared of the ocean. He's
No,
afraid.
Ryan is.
He's concerned.
But I can get drunk
and
enough to go out there.
I'm
You
a
know,
beach
That's
boy. I'll
the-
do it.
That's why I'm quaint.
Ryan's fear
amongst-
just got into my head.
amongst the
bit.
yahoos who show up, there's a really cool, really rich, really smart,
Yeah.
fun guy played by Richard Dreyfuss named Matt Hooper, who shows up with a
Okay.
with his city hands. And this guy is the shark expert.
Who's that actor?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, right.
He's a-
Richard Dreyfuss. I love
know,
him in
he-
this role.
He's in
This is a good
American
movie
Graffiti.
podcast. This is
He's in Stand By Me. He's the narrator.
What about Bob?
He's in What About Bob?
He's Dr. Leo Marvin.
He's an uptight prick, I think, in real
Is
life.
he related to Billy Crystals?
No.
They got a lot of. He's got crystal energy for sure.
Oh yeah. Big
He's
time.
known for being angry and kind of
Yeah, and Giamatti.
it's
It's like an angry
like-
nerd.
yeah,
like William.
Giamatti.
It's kind he's
Yeah,
kind of like a
I'm
Giamatti William
Matt,
type.
I'm the Matt Hooper of the three of us.
You're
I
the
would have-
Giamatti type.
No,
I would
you're
have
the
the
kid.
mod-
You're that little redheaded kid,
You're
bro.
the Paul
What are you talking
Giamatti
about?
of.
I have
of
the
this
expensive
podcast.
equipment. I have the nicest microphone. I have the nicest computer.
Yeah.
Fair,
You know, I got city hands.
fair.
Proud of
fair.
it too.
I wear denim.
I got
top
the
and
soft.
Proud of
bottom.
your
I shake
shitty
people's.
hands.
I shake people's hands, and they go, "That's the softest hands I've ever felt."
That's
on
what
a
people
grown
say to me
man.
too. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
go, "That's because I've done everything I could to not work a day in my life."
Yeah. No, I work though, but my hands stay incredibly soft.
What
Don't
is your
work.
work?
You don't have a job.
Typing.
I do work.
Yeah, you don't have a
Don't
late.
have a
I've done
job.
enough manual labor where my hand. They should not say, "Wow,
Tuesday
these hands
morning-
are incredibly soft."
Tuesday morning, where are you going?
Well, my wife makes me work outside by the garbage cans. So,
With
What?
the raccoons. He hangs out with the raccoons down on
like
let's
the
hear
curb.
between
about
the
this.
driveway and the garbage cans,
You're working what? What are you doing? You're
Editing.
hanging out by the trash,
editing gay porn.
but you don't work there anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be looking for jobs there. I guess right now.
See? I think you should be the sheriff or the shark hunter. Anyway, you have soft hands.
Yeah, I do.
You don't work hard.
Well, no, I try. I'm trying to rough.
You're
them
running
up,
around
but
town looking for the shark.
Some
You get
people
all
just
it-
got it, you know.
These idiots kill a shark and they're all excited and Brody's all happy,
Yeah.
but Hooper knows that's not the real shark. That's a shark. That's a shark. That's not the shark. Mayor Vaughn's pissed.
How come? So the thing at Universal Studios that has
it's
the
a
shark.
ride. It's fake. It's just a ride.
No, but they have a replica of the shark, but it's not the Jaws shark. It's the
Oh,
shark that
shit.
they caught in Jaws, which is kind of weird, isn't it? For
The one that's like hanging up by its tail.
It's
The
a
one that's
Jaws
hanging in
themed-
the one that's hanging in the movie is a real shark that's dead.
no, I
That was a
know,
real
but it's
dead
not
shark.
the real Jaws, which is
I don't care.
okay.
Oh,
What you're saying, I don't care. It's
Right.
not interesting.
It is weird, I think. For
Hey, you
No,
just-
it's not.
Yelp-
Just,
This
just shut
this
up.
is a Yelp. This is a Yelp review, Adam.
I gotta write a Yelp.
I wish I had a cup of water I could throw it at him over Zoom. And just right over his right in
Just
his
be pouring it on
face.
your own computer, idiot.
Just text his wife.
I know. I wish I could do that.
Just
I
text
wish
her
there was
and
a
tell her
button
to
I
do
could
it.
hit where you got squirted in your shed.
Well, you're not going to be able to figure out how to install that in my shed. Okay.
I'll figure it out.
That would
got
be
city-
really funny if you just show up in the middle of the night with your damn city hands.
Yeah.
I'll pay you to squirt yourself with a squirt gun.
I mean, I might need that actually. I'll take you up on that.
But I get to put my own liquid into that squirt gun.
At least minimum wage, right?
Yeah, I'll pay you minimum wage.
Don't try to fucking shortchange me, dude, and go under
I'll pay-
minimum wage.
What if I lower that minimum wage, but I give you a tip?
Oh, whoa.
Oh, like to give me the waiter rate.
Yeah. You got to bring me a little bowl of bread, though.
the best deal. Sounds like a good deal.
All right. I mean, until I get another job, I guess.
Sounds like a good deal.
You
You
gotta
gotta,
re-
bring in bread. You gotta
You
be
got to
nice
refill
to
my
him.
drink. You got to refill my drink.
You gotta be funny. You gotta do little quips. When he
Oh, like
brings his mom in, you go
folksy
in,
stuff.
oh, I didn't know you had a daughter. Stuff like that. oh, is this your sister? And then his mom will go, oh, sweetheart, ain't you the sweetest?
Man, I would
Well-
bomb so often if I was a waiter.
Anyway,
Yeah.
they
You'd
do
be
a
like
little
talking
up
about
close
alien
bombing.
atmospheres, and they're like, "Sir, can I just get my miso soup, please?"
Yeah.
sushi chef is all mad at Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's at a sushi restaurant. So I would be talking about ocean stuff a lot. I get it.
What kind of fish is this? And you'd be like, I don't know, a whitefish,
Sushi.
tuna.
At their
Uh,
tuner.
Speaking of sushi, I was kind of hoping they'd murder and eat Jaws by the end of this movie. That would have been the ultimate. If they would have had a giant giant feast, eating this shark, like the whole town is just picking pieces off and cooking it.
Yeah, that'd been awesome.
Even though they know there's remains of their friends and family inside.
But it would be cool, like ritualistically, for the entire town to kill and eat it.
Yeah.
For them as like a way to
Consume
process
its
the grief.
villain. Mm-hmm.
That's like the best way to process grief is to
Fuck it and then eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gil fuck the shit out of that sucker and then sharks got blowholes.
No,
Yeah, they
they're
do.
not. They're not mammals.
Williams.
What do you think that their front mouth is their blowhole?
They got gills.
Yeah, and those are them blowholes.
So anyway, they cut open the shark. They do an autopsy. They find a license plate from like Louisiana, and they're like, "This shark is swam up the Gulf Stream."
Yeah.
I
River
guess.
shark, tiger shark.
It's pretty
So
good,
they go out to the
Pretty
ocean
science.
and they're digging around. They're swimming around underwater. And they're like, they find this boat that's wrecked. Hooper goes down. He's looking around. He finds a big tooth in the wreckage. And then this dude's head just bobbles out, just like boom, boom, boom.
Like the most bloated.
Now, according to people who were alive at the time, because I don't remember this, I didn't see it in the movie theater. I wasn't alive. But this is supposed to be the single biggest scare in movie history. When that head comes out, it was like a bomb going off. Apparently, it
It's a
would
good
make
jump scare.
it would make audiences freak out. I've never found it scary ever. It just looks really slow and it has horrible timing, in my opinion. This is like, I think this is a weak scare.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Compared to
What's a good scare for you?
Evil Dead has like 5 amazingly well-timed scares. I mean, the scene where he drops the key and they can't open the door, and then the hand comes in from up top and grabs the hand and yada yada yada. I mean, that one's good. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Exorcist 3 has a good scare.
I wish a guy would just walk in and stab Adam in the neck. That would be a good scare. If I had a button and every time I hit a button, like a nun would just walk in with a knife and just go stab.
a nun.
That's from Exorcist 3.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Just casually walk in.
Just a slow poke.
Ryan, why don't you share your text
I
with
just texted us.
the audience?
Yeah, Adam was perfectly sitting in his shaded shed, and it looks like he has blackface in this
Only
photo.
my face that was
Like he's
the
in
shadows.
blackface.
The rest of my body was lit.
And he's going on some crazy rant about how we don't belong, certain people don't belong in the ocean. It was crazy.
He's just a man in the shadows.
He's
Adam
the
is deep.
shed man chat in the shadows.
He's like Deep Throat and All the President's Men. He's giving us secrets about Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Some shirtless guy in a shed.
So
Yeah,
I'm
if,
shirtless,
if we're
by the
talking
way.
about scary
No,
jumps,
no.
scary
All
jump
right.
scenes, Adam, don't look over your right shoulder at the picture. It's freaking scary.
he always
It's
has
a
like
haunted house.
My wife
All
painted that. It's good
seasonal-
painter. She's got
seasonal
fires.
decorations are in the house. There's like Halloween shit,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Christmas shit, or like in your shed. It's all.
Oh, yes.
So the next scene, they talk to the mayor, Hooper and Brody, and they're like, last night you got to close the beaches. There's a shark. That's not the right shark. I pulled a tooth out of this boat. You notice they never mentioned the guy's head in that scene.
Yeah.
So that's because the head is a reshoot. So these guys are trying to convince the mayor to shut down the beach, and they don't even mention that this dude's head was fucking cut off. They don't even talk about it.
So why they realized it didn't make any sense, so they had to reshoot and add the head, or they wanted to
Spielberg wanted a bigger scare. So I believe in that scene when Hooper is underwater, I think he got scared of the tooth. I think he saw the tooth and was like, "Oh shit, that's a big shark. I'm scared."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the original thing, because his reaction.
I could see that not really having the punch that you want it to.
Yes.
For that moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they don't mention that body ever again.
It's a good reshoot.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they don't tell Mayor Vaughn. There's a really funny painting in the background, a billboard with a little graffiti, a woman going like, "Oh, I'm scared of the shark," and then the shark's like chewing her up, chasing her.
But after a big tragedy, somebody does that.
4th of July weekend comes, all the fucking losers show up to this shithole of a town, New England. Fucking
what is it?
You mean like families and children and stuff like that?
Well, these are poor people. These are lower middle class people, yahoos, beer
the way
drinkers.
they're acting, it does feel like
losers.
That.
Yeah.
They're like they're like people that take ARs to go fishing.
Yeah, these are like filthy Irish people,
That's
Scottish people. No Saxon blood.
They just had dynamite ready to go.
No, these people are just swimming. These are just swimming and dancing, having fun on the beach.
Not the out of towners.
But the cop is worried. Brody's worried. He has people on patrol. He has people on the lookout, people in helicopters. Well, guess what happens? Goddamn shark shows up. And this shark kills the biggest loser in the world. There's this guy with like in a little tiny boat with like curly hair and like a red shirt. This guy gets ripped apart and killed, and
He's
we
like
never find out
kids and stuff.
Yeah, we never find out his name.
Yeah, the town doesn't even care.
No one cares about Ben Gardner's head. But after this, Mayor Vaughn is freaked out. He's convinced. He's like, "My son was at the beach that day."
Could have been him.
I was thinking it'd be funny if that loser was his son that got eaten. Like Mayor Vaughn had like a dumb son.
That would make sense.
And my beautiful boy got killed.
Hey, remember that scene? The old guy at the beach with the big breasts.
No,
what?
I don't remember.
No. What
scene? The guy that old man has like giant mantis.
Was it just some extra or something?
No, he has a conversation with
No, I was
Roy
probably
Schneider.
listening to the dialogue. Rob Schneider was in this movie.
They're featured. They're featured.
Rob Schneider is a sheriff. What?
Yeah.
There's a shark. Uh-oh.
The shark gigolo.
Dude,
Rob Schneider. What happens when a small town gets attacked by a horny shark? They send in the shark gigolo. Rob Schneider.
Hold on a second.
Normally a mild manner man.
There's a man with a large breast right in front of me. In the shed with no top on.
That's why I picked up on it, maybe.
He's got 3 large breasts.
You recognize her.
Two on his chest and one boob on his neck. You're a boob head, dude.
Yeah,
anyway, now the movie gets serious. These 3 dudes go in the boat, and this is when the good shit begins. These guys basically
the movie starts.
Next hour is basically all boat action. 3 dudes: Quint, Hooper, Brody, and these guys. They get weird. They got weird in the boat. They got nasty. Okay. They're drinking beer. They're singing songs. They're telling jokes.
And eating slop.
They're showing off their scars. They had a lemon party.
They definitely were peeing on each other.
This boat is magical. So it looks extremely small from the outside. And then when they go inside this room with a couch or whatever, like a dining table,
the full kitchen, full dining set.
It seems to grow very big, and they're sleeping on this boat. Like
where?
What is going on in this boat at night? Adam,
They
no
just
one
get
cares about the
wasted
guy
and
with
pass
breasts.
out.
You don't need to find him. No one cares.
Jesus, that's what he looks like when he looks shit up, though. Did you see that?
Not seeing
He,
him.
he looks like a pedophile
God
looking for
damn.
Here we go.
his next victim.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Cool. I'm not sharing the screen, so I'm not going to let you do it. So you could just fuck off
Why?
with your bad bit.
I thought
We're
we were
moving on.
Because what's the bit? Is
Not
it
a
just
bit.
funny because he's fat?
No, he's not.
Yeah. Oh, you hate fat people. Cool. That'll get us a lot of listeners. Thanks.
Is that not the right move for us
No.
as a
If you
podcast?
love to eat, listen to this podcast, baby, because we're all about eating big meals.
Oh, I got some
Yeah.
big meal right here. A couple of chopsticks ready to go.
I had pancakes for breakfast, bro.
I don't eat.
What a little
breakfast.
fatty. And we love you for it.
Okay. Thank you. The love is mutual for our listeners.
He's thick. William is thick, Adam.
Sorry. Yeah.
So speaking of eating, there's a brilliant little bit of foreshadowing when Brody knocks over a bunch of air canisters.
Right when they get on the boat. Yeah.
And Matt Hooper's like, don't touch those. Those are compressed air. They could explode. And then Quint's like, what'll happen? It's like the shark will probably just eat those.
Yeah, which was an unnecessary line because the scene right before that was the license plate and all that stuff. And
that's what
like
happens.
2 scenes before. And in that scene though, he goes, yeah, he's like, no, he didn't eat a car. It's like somebody must have threw this. They'll eat anything. He goes, these sharks will eat. Specifically, the tiger sharks are like garbage trucks. They'll eat anything. And
Yeah,
then
well,
the
the
next
great white-
scene, yeah.
Brian, the point of the scene is that the air canister is what kills the shark at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it was very obvious foreshadowing.
Yes,
Even though I have seen the first time I saw this movie, I was like, oh, they're gonna blow this fucker up.
Oh, they're gonna blow this bad boy up, dude.
it'd be cool if some other times they didn't do that. You know?
You know what they should have done with those like barrels, those floating barrels, and I think this would have worked a lot better to keep him so he can't go deep into the water. What they should have done was just instead of barrels, they should have shot a bunch of balloons, like got a bunch of balloons, and that sucker will just float right out of the water.
Ooh, that'd
Float
be a
up
good
into the
idea.
sky. It's
Yeah.
up his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. That tactic is not used enough by
It's not. It's difficult to pull off.
hunters or law enforcement.
But they had the compressed air, so it's not like they're gonna have to blow the balloons up themselves. I would have wrote this different a lot. This movie a lot different.
In
Yeah.
Texas at Uvalde Elementary or whatever, they could have pierced the shooter with balloons, and then he would have risen right up
Yes.
into the air, like 100 feet in the
Or-
air. And
That's what I'm saying.
A one solution for these terrible school shootings that happen is that you just have every kid wear a pack that has a balloon in it.
emergency
And if
balloon
something happens,
deploy.
you hit it. Yeah.
An
And then
And
you
they
ED.
just
I
get
think-
like sucked out like Batman in the
They
Dark
just
Knight
float in
when
the
he's-
air.
Yeah.
And
Like
then the entire town just
everybody-
has to run around and with little blow darts and try and pop them to get the kids down. So it's just a kind of fun game afterwards.
That's
is a
legislation being introduced by Ted Cruz right now.
This is practical.
And
This is
then
a good
people are
solution.
like, it becomes so fun to like pop the kids down that the local towns start enjoying school shootings because nobody ends up getting killed
Yeah.
anymore. But it's like a fun Christmas, like a Krampus thing where somebody will dress
Like, too
up like a
effective.
shooter and run into the school and everyone will scream and run out and pull their balloons. And then the whole town has to pop them down. And there's confetti in the balloons or prizes. Let's just make
So-
these fun, you know?
Yada yada yada. Eventually, they kill the shark with the.
You didn't want to jump on the school shooting bit, William?
I thought it was over. Let's just try to wrap up the plot shit. So they kill the shark. Quint dies. He's eaten. He's dead. Hooper
Well-
survives. Now
No, he
Hooper
gets his
survives.
dick sucked until he busts so hard that he dies.
Hooper
Also,
survives.
why was
Get
Quint
this.
acting like that? Was he just PTSD? Was he panicking? Because he was like talking to himself and he blew the engine out on purpose.
Because he wanted to kill. He wanted to fight the shark mano y mano.
Right? That's what I thought. It wasn't like a panic.
Correct. And also, this is something that you'll later see stolen in a movie like Predator, where the Native American guy who was in 48 Hours like goes, I'm going to fight the Predator on this bridge. And he just like starts cutting his body and like standing there stoically. Like every little bit in this movie is just stolen over and over again.
That's wrong.
Well, it's really good.
I mean, I'm sure they started teaching classes about it.
Oh, people steal. Well, stealing is wrong, is what I'm saying. But you're saying people steal from this movie.
It's inspired a million shitty summer blockbusters.
So
And some good ones too, like Predator.
that's wrong.
Predator is very similar to this movie. It's like there's an invisible killer. He's taking out people one by one. He's an alien.
Town. It's like a collective has to deal with it.
The jungle. They're in the jungle.
Element. They're in his alien atmosphere.
Jungle to jungle.
Predator on the water.
That's another
now
one.
that's a we never got to see that. Imagine Predator on a little jet ski going around killing people.
With his little claws.
He's all see-through.
He's all see-through. Yeah, but you can see the water splashing.
But you can see the jet ski. No, the jet ski.
Yeah. You can see an outline of somebody invisible on that ass.
Predator just getting a little tan out in the water on the beach, just laying on a towel
on a babe.
Yeah, with his weird hands and nails
and face and alien body, everything.
He's just on a Carnival cruise.
So Predator goes around to planets, killing people, hunting them. But why not have a leisure vacation? It's like when he's busy hunting, maybe he has like a wife and kids out on Amity Island, just chilling out.
That's a fun idea.
That'd be cool.
And he's like, he's back on Amity Island, and he's like, yeah, here's the thing. Out in the jungle, it's like you can kill human after human after human, but it's like they just keep coming out. These commandos just keep coming out. It's like you can't make a difference. But one guy, I can make one difference here, and I'm killing people left and right. Nobody's doing damn squat. Nobody's even putting mud on them. Nothing.
And then they're like,
I'm making a difference.
We need your help, Predator. We need you to kill the shark. You're the only one that can do it.
And then he just murders the mayor and then immediately kills the shark.
And then becomes the new mayor.
The three of them are on the boat with the Predator. Like, this guy is pretty
if you
salty.
Kill the mayor, you got to become the mayor.
They share little war stories.
For $10,000. And
Predator versus Jaws, baby.
I'm gonna need $200 a day. I'm gonna need.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Alien eggs for breakfast every
morning.
He
doesn't say 10 grand. He says it in his indecipherable numeric language. Because remember when he had the little countdown clock on his arm? He had like weird numbers that counted down. He's like, I'll do it for this much money. And they're just like, I don't know how much money
that's just like a random pixelization of dots.
No, he types out the number and then he turns it upside down and it says boobs.
Or he just immediately blows up the entire island with a nuclear bomb that's attached to his body, killing the shark.
What they do? Oh, yeah, that is there. Yeah, they have a self-destruct.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, he self-destructs. So he just blows up everything. He's like, I won. I did it. The Predator.
It's kind of a little bitch move, honestly.
He predated.
If you're gonna lose, if you lose, like you lose.
No, dude, you always got to do a final funny joke.
Well, he has to also get rid of the evidence.
It's funny.
He's getting rid of the evidence.
That he lost.
Yes.
Hey, have you ever seen any of the other Jaws movies?
Yeah, but I was a kid. I don't really remember them very much.
Because I really wanted, like, what I wanted to see from the shark. The movie teases the shark, appearance the whole time until they're on the boat and stuff. And what I really wanted to see was one of those like big close-ups of the mouth, like right at the.
There's a bunch of that.
William's doing a dick sucking thing.
Yeah, why don't you go film that, Adam? Then you could see it.
Really wanted to see, because from like the nature, the big shark coming out and you see its mouth.
Yeah,
I thought there was going to be like a scare of that happening in the movie.
You can go watch Deep Blue Sea.
They swim backwards in that too.
That's my Jaws.
That's your Jaws.
Quint, this guy, he's had some war stories. He was on the U.S. Indianapolis. And this guy gives a hell of a monologue. This actor,
Beautiful
the first day he shot it, he was so drunk, it was complete
Spielberg
garbage.
kicked him off.
And then Spielberg slapped him across the face and said, "Get out of here. You're finished. We're getting Morgan Freeman." No, but he sobered up. And then the next day he called him crying and he was like, "I'll do it again, please." And then he nailed it in the first take.
Because he like wasn't taking the movie seriously, right? Because he was like kind of big.
No, he's method acting. He's trying to method act, I think.
He's a method actor. Well, he's also a Shakespearean actor.
And it was 25-year-old fucking.
Oh, I see.
Spielberg.
He was
Like
being a snob.
He's an alcoholic.
he was an egomaniac, alcoholic at the time, is what it sounded like in the little article I read.
Yes, he hated Richard Dreyfuss. Hated him.
Oh, so wait, hold on. I got a lot of shit last week for quoting something I read on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Ryan's
was like
sitting here reading
This
articles.
was like an interview with Spielberg, like the guy that made the movie. You know,
You're
it's
reading the
not. It's not
the
something.
article is it's good, actually. It's not.
Well, we
I
were
see.
doing like the intro of the show last week of Bad Lieutenant, and then you like immediately jump in with like factoids and trivia, and it's like we're not
I
talking
just
about that
say it
now.
as
But
soon as
this
it's my turn
This
to
is a
speak.
conversation about that scene, and it's like, yeah, there's lots of legends about this
All right,
movie.
all right.
There's lots of little bits and bobbles, and you will always be wrong no matter what you say. But so the next day, Robert Shaw
Doesn't seem right to me.
does it in one take. This monologue is probably the most famous scene from the movie, and everybody loves it. You know what? I forgot the trivia.
Kid looking for a damn cat.
Wait,
Yes.
is which scene? The monologue with him where he does the fingernails?
No,
No,
the U.S.
no, where he
Indianapolis.
goes. There was 1,100
Oh,
of
right.
us.
they're sharing.
314 came back.
They're like comparing scars or whatever.
It's
part
the
of the
final
same scene.
monologue of that scene. Yeah,
All this shit
that's
was
when he
written
opens
because
up and you realize how fucked, like why he's so fucked up.
That scene was
Because
a
he
little
like
Garden
he
State
watched.
for me.
he's twisted.
It's a little
Garden
Garden
State took
State
it from
I
that.
thought.
Well, you
Sharing
conti-
scars. What are they? Zach Braff and Natalie Portman falling in love.
I mean, I thought you were gonna make a Chasing Amy joke because that scene is ripped off in Chasing Amy, but this scene is
stops.
this scene is really famous and really good. Blah
To
blah
me, it's a
blah.
Garden
But
State scene.
well, you always have the wrong take. You don't know what's
Just
good.
saying.
You like Garden
This whole-
State. That's the other thing. This is
That's
you're
the-
a
that's my
you're a
Jaws.
Garden State guy.
That's your job.
If it's a
it's my
PG-13
Citizen
movie
Kane.
about a guy with no dick, Adam is there first in line. He's like, wow,
Hell yeah.
he has mental problems and takes psychiatric drugs. He's just like me.
Finally, somebody representing my life.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you belittling medical.
Your little's
serious medical
belittled.
issues.
Your little weenie's belittled.
I'm belittling you liking Garden State. At least
Somebody just
Ryan
rang my
likes
doorbell.
Ryan likes Barfly, you know, a movie about a
I
winner.
love Garden State though.
Look, everyone secretly likes Garden State.
Shut
I like
up.
I'm just brave enough to admit it.
You're
I hate
braff
Garden
enough to
State.
admit it?
The trailer made
Yeah,
me sick to
this
my
is how big a
stomach.
coward William is. I know that he likes it, but he won't say it on the podcast.
Hashtag stay brave. Braff.
Say
Braff
one nice
brave.
thing about Garden
Hashtag braff
State.
brave.
Say one nice thing, William.
Here, I'll
Um,
start. Natalie Portman's hot.
She's hotter
cool,
and
man.
professional. But the thing is with the Garden State is that it's like the shittiest
breeze
movie ever
past that.
made. I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach. People liking it makes me sick to my stomach. The kind of person that likes
Probably
Garden
just
State
IBS, bro.
likes Bo Burnham's Inside.
I love Bo Burnham's
That's another
Inside.
good
And
one.
I
These are
like his second
people-
one, that Inside Part 2, the bloopers.
These are people who like the new sincerity. These are losers. These are the people you'll meet in LA and
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, I want to work in movies. I'm really into, Garden State. I'm really into garbage. I like 500 Days of Summer, this kind of shit.
Ooh, yeah.
I love that,
that was
movie.
like Garden State times 500. I
And
thought.
these people they have bad taste. You know, I hate to break it to you.
And what's your favorite movie?
That's fun. That's yeah.
Gummo.
Oh, Gummo,
Kids.
To Live and Die in L.A. Kids is great. I love the club scene in Kids.
Gummo's Williams Garden State.
Gummo is beautiful. There's real retarded people in it. There's
All three of us are like different versions of that little kid who eats spaghetti in the bath.
I've never seen that movie. Because
All
I've got taste.
You look exactly like him, but grown up.
Me?
No, Adam.
No, William is the personality of this kid.
Oh, he's mentally handicapped.
Sure, William doesn't look
whatever.
like him, but
I'm the black dwarf. I'm cool. I'm just chilling. Ryan, if you're a character in Gummo, you're the guy that says you knew Freddie Prinze Jr. and you try to touch the girl's coochies at the bowling alley.
Pinch. I'm gonna goose your cooch.
Ain't nothing new for trash like you.
I'm
This
that
is
guy
cool.
who like
My
works
ring
out
light
in
looks
his
like my
bedroom.
pupils.
He like never leaves the bed. Yeah, that is cool. All right, so Jaws, that's really cool, honestly. It's
What
kind
do you
of
actually
trash.
think, Adam, about Jaws? I mean, let's.
Look at that.
It
We
looks
need
like he has these. It's like a haunted mansion sort of effect.
we need
that
the
Ryan's got
moron
going on.
take of Jaws. What we need the bad take. The person who can't understand story. What does Adam think of Jaws?
Of course, it's a great movie. I appreciate its like simplicity. It's like a here, what did I say? It's a clever twist on a simple idea, and it's done really like executed really well.
That sounds like some Food Network critique on like some some food dish.
Well, that's how I feel about
Meaningless. Just a
about-
It's an
meaningless.
interesting
as well.
modern
Idiotic.
take on a grilled cheese.
No, it's a simple idea. It's like a monster slash
Tell us what
slasher
you feel.
movie.
How does that make you feel? You fucking cipher. God.
How does it make me feel? Like scared or happy, or what do you mean?
Listen to this person, Ryan. I mean, he
I
has
don't understand
no
what you're saying.
soul.
Why you're saying how does
This
it
is a
make me
man with
feel?
no soul.
When you watch the movie,
I
how did it
liked
make you
it. I
feel? Do
I
we
think it's
need
a
to
good
get emojis
daytime
out. So
movie.
like, did it make you feel like this one?
It's
with
a
the
good
smiley
daytime.
face emoji?
You could be talking about anything. You could be talking about any movie ever made. You could be saying like, yeah, you know,
Not every movie's a
Sallow.
good daytime movie.
It's a good twist on an old classic. It's a good daytime movie. Blah blah blah. It's like there isn't one specific thing. Where is the passion? Where is
done.
your soul?
I'll tell you
Something
the
I
part-
didn't like. I have something I don't like about the movie, though.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Give us something juicy. Give us some
I
chum.
know. I feel like I know I'm going to get heat for this and everything.
Do it. Do
But-
it. Do it.
I think that he's okay. I think the dialogue is Jesus, sorry. My family's. My life is outside. No big
You
deal.
think what?
He doesn't
Like-
have anything.
The dialogue.
He's
No, I
stalling.
do. Sorry,
The
it was just
dialogue is-
distracting because my kid was
he-
crying
the-
and stuff.
What? It's too
So-
perfect.
It's very like everyone is like immediately
character.
like adversarial with each other, and like it's like an overly familiarity, comfortableness where everyone's kind of a dick to each other about it. Feels very boomerish, honestly. Very very boomer style of writing where everyone is kind of like
It was written by a boomer.
bantery.
This is
Even
the
though
boomer-
and I was like, oh, this is weird because it's like the but I guess it's like the town, everybody, it's a small town, everybody knows each other, but it still felt a little much. But then Richard Dreyfuss comes in, he's fucking doing the same thing too.
Everybody
Everybody's just
has
like kind of a dick to like a casual dick to each other.
Well,
Nobody
because
everyone's like this character on Seinfeld.
everybody
Christine.
has a purpose and everybody has a priority. The mayor has his priority, which is not close the thing, make money, be a cool mayor. The
I
sheriff's
don't think he's
priority
talking
is
about
to
that,
save people's
Brian.
lives.
He's not talking about that. He's talking
No,
about how
I'm talking about the like just the vibe of the way they're talking.
because
Everybody's
everyone-
kind of, like,
because
this
everyone's
bit's over.
priorities-
This is over.
everyone's
This is
priorities
done.
don't match. So that's how like human
I
interaction.
got
didn't
them-
understand that.
Brian, we got the moron take. The bit was I ask a moron, what does he think of the movie?
I gotta
he gave us
respond
some-
though.
Some insanity that means that is like a psychopath. Like
No, it's true.
it's a screenplay. People
the
are entertaining,
boomery
interesting, funny.
quality
Ryan, how does this movie make
Like
you
big
feel?
chill sort of shit. Everybody's
Shut
like a
up.
friend.
No one
and
wants to hear
stuff.
about you.
Everybody's aggressive
No one
and weird.
cares. You said you're incoherent garbage.
Boomers
Like-
are an aggressive generation, like an adversarial.
Shut up.
Okay.
Stop talking. You are done. This segment is over. We're moving the show along. Ryan, how does Jaws make you feel?
You know, it's funny you bring that
Make
up,
you feel-
William. Kind of like I do right now.
I believe you.
It honestly, I've seen this movie so much. So watch it. This is the first time I watched. Last time I watched it was like 3 years ago or longer, probably. So watching it this time, I was a little more numb, but I remember it being very, very like shaking me to the core. Like I remember
Scared.
when I was younger, just empathizing with like the fear, like all the shots of people just floating and kicking, and you know something's underwater, but they don't know. That shit fucking stresses me out.
You're scared of
it's
the
got
ocean.
great tension.
Yeah, you're a landlubber.
But
We've
I
already-
fucking loved when Quint gets murdered. That is such a good practical animatronic like vibe, or what am I trying to say?
He slides down the boat and he goes right into the
Dude,
shark's
it is
mouth.
so it that is something that I can imagine being on set and being like, this is gonna look so fucking stupid on film. Like I can imagine how stupid it must have felt to like film that. But it somehow worked out. Like you can
It's
tell
cool
it's
how
a
he's just
fake
like
ass
getting
shark.
he's eating more and more. each
But
time
I
he
can
comes
imagine,
back to him.
yeah, and I can imagine like being in
Hey,
the
Adam.
theaters when it came out.
No one wants to hear from you. This is Ryan's segment.
I can
Well,
imagine
I
being
thought
in
we
the
were all
theaters.
talking during each other's. It's kind of a
He's
little.
I couldn't
banter
help- I
just
about
couldn't
how-
help myself.
Quint's doing his monologue. He's like, boat went down, you know. I'm watching my buddies get killed. And then,
in half.
yeah.
picked one or two of us
Oh, yeah, that's like the time my bus at school got stuck in the river.
Cool, William, cool. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm just telling you about 700 of my closest friends and comrades are getting murdered and eaten by sharks. Where was I?
I wasn't in
You
the
know what? I'm just
Army-
gonna go
I
to
was-
bed. And that
I wasn't
monologue
in
wouldn't
the-
even finish.
I wasn't in the
it's called a
Navy.
conversation.
I was in a paintball team, and we had some rough games too.
It's a dialogue. It's not a monologue. You know.
Whatever a boomer is in terms of dialogue, you're a millennial shit dick, and your dialogue is awful. It's pure
Yeah, so I can
narcissism.
see.
You make
Pure
I like this metaphor. You make me feel like a Gen Z when I listen to you talk, because I check out after about 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Content is too long.
Adam could not. He's not for the TikTok generation.
No.
No, sirree.
He's a
No, there's
double
no time limit on
VHS.
TikToks, right? Yeah.
Exactly. He doesn't even know how TikTok works. There's no time limits. You can make a 9-hour
There's
TikTok.
no time. You could.
You could, baby. That'd be a
just
big
go
file.
live.
So
Be a big
I know
file.
TikTok. Okay.
look, this movie, it doesn't scare me. What I do when I watch this movie, I just enjoy its flow. This movie has brilliant transitions that are the key to any entertaining movie. Every scene has a therefore transition. The girl is killed, therefore the cop is on the case, shutting the beaches. He's shutting down the beaches. Therefore, the mayor shows up and says, "Don't shut down the beaches." Therefore, the beaches are open. The cop is scared. It's just like dominoes. Just boom, 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 boom. Every scene has like a reason, and the whole thing moves ahead. And it's a
There
fun.
really is no purposeless
I noticed
shots.
that too.
Like even the dialogue between him and his wife, that could be just filler to show that he's a family man, but it's like amazing interactions between the two. That like when he's first looking at the shark book, and I think he passes out at it and she wakes him up. It's like after the first killing.
Yeah.
And she wakes him up and hands him that scotch or whatever, whiskey. And she's like, "You want to get drunk and fool around?" I just fucking love that dynamic between the two of them.
Remember,
Yeah,
she
everyone's
looks at the
being
shark
cool
book.
and, like,
I
And
wish
she
there
gets
would have been a
scared.
scene though. Yeah. And I wish there would have been a scene though where right after that they like just start making out in front of that window. And then it does a slow zoom in to the ocean through the window, and you can see the shark just watching them. And it's because it's not gonna be graphic, but you just
Al
see a
Pacino
fin.
cruising.
Yeah, you see like a fin just clearly doing something under the water,
Flapping.
Yeah.
He
flashing
starts,
around.
he started jerking off and spinning in a circle. That scene where he looks at the books. Remember in 7 when Brad Pitt is studying serial killers and like Morgan Freeman's like getting information at the library. Like that's fucking ripped off. Like every beat of this movie is perfect thriller structure, you know?
Sure.
And after this movie came out, there were so many ripoffs. There's like a bear movie called Grizzly. There's, you know, a movie called Food of the Gods, which is about animals like frogs that eat food, like special scientific food that makes them big. Movie blows.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's like giant rats movies. There's pigs movies. There's like every animal movie existed after this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And the other thing is this dynamic of like, you got the scientist, you got the nerd, and then you got the guy who's like the old salty, crusty, experienced guy who's got like a chip on his shoulder, you know, like Independence Day. It's basically this movie. You got Jeff Goldblum. He's the scientist. You got the president. That's Brody. And then the sacrificial person is Randy Quaid. Oh yeah, or Will Smith. But like you throw in an extra, they don't want to kill Will Smith, so they make Randy Quaid an even bigger moron. But Will Smith is like,
right,
yo, you speak English, man? I gotta fly me a spaceship out of space. Like he's Quint. He just gets it done. He just gets the job done.
Yeah.
What's another one? Jurassic Park. Okay, so we got Sam Neill. That's Brody, white guy. Brody's always a white guy. He's you know, quiet.
It just makes sense, you know.
A black guy would work too, but that's a more recent thing.
Okay.
What's one where like a guy's black recently? You know, Django Unchained? No.
No.
I mean, that whole party dynamic, that's just like Art of Wars shit though, and like the perfect party, like D&D shit.
The perfect party.
Art of
The
War?
perfect
This
party.
isn't
You
Art of War?
gotta. It's a strategy, like
having like a motley crew.
Even though you're a soldier, don't ignore science. Even though you're a scientist, don't ignore
Damn,
soldiers or whatever. Like you get to have
Have
one of everybody in the committee room or council room. Makes sense.
You need a Jew.
They
You need
wouldn't
a
have
white
done
guy.
it without all three of those different.
And you need a drunk.
You always need a drunk.
Yeah.
The drunk's
You
always
need a
the
fuck
tank.
up.
Yeah.
Like in Heat, like that
Waingro.
Waingro in Heat. Every crew needs a fuck up.
Yeah, because
Things,
when you're writing a movie
interesting,
and
keep you sharp.
you build like 5 really badass bank robbers or shark killers or shark survivors or whatever. They're basically immortal. You have to nerf them a little bit. You got to have somebody. It's never the bad guy that's actually winning. It's operator error on the good guys.
What do you think about Al
Yeah, you
Pacino
have
on
a
the
fuck up
boat?
to
Al
get rid of the
Pacino
guy.
in Jaws. He's like,
So
oh,
we can-
I'm looking for a shark.
Say hello to my little fin.
And he's also the shark
whips his-
in a
he
double
whips
roll
his
as
dick out.
Scarface. He's a Cuban shark in the water. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. Baby, come here. Your ocean is so polluted. I can't even swim in here. And he's just in a
Let me get on
jacuzzi.
that boat.
And then Al Pacino is walking around in black leather, like Heat. Just like, this Cuban's got a great ass. And he just bangs Al Pacino in the water.
Oh, I was picturing leather and cruising.
Oh yeah, cruising. He's just in the corner watching, taking it all in.
Adam, oh my God, look at Adam's face.
Like a Japanese horror movie.
Apologies.
Apologies.
There's a lot of noise outside.
You look like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, man.
Except like
I'm not in blackface.
he looks like a little rascal who got his face blown out by the exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
Did you just light up a bomb that went off in your face, dude?
Yeah, a little Wile E. Coyote situation.
Mm-mm.
Don't do that to yourself. Do better than that.
Yeah. Won't make that mistake again.
So what did we learn? What's the message of the movie? It's 4th of July. It's a topical episode. What's the message? What's the message of Jaws? Okay, what are the
Don't fuck around with the ocean. Easy squeezy. Listen, y'all, we evolved out of it for a reason. How many times do I got to tell you this? We were running from something. We should not be recreationally swimming.
It's a
We
cool,
should not be hanging out in the ocean.
thing. That's a good scary.
No, it ain't good.
Scary
It's
line.
not. Yeah, I mean, we literally were like little tiny germs, grew into fish, swimming around, and then we're like, dude, we need to grow some legs, get that frick out of here.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. This is why I thought about this thing about the ocean being an alien atmosphere or whatever. It's because Ryan's got in my head.
Or we're the aliens.
I'm a beach boy.
And we landed
I've
in the
always
ocean
been.
and we're like, let's get out of this.
you just say
Adam,
things?
you're a shed man. You are not a beach
Yeah.
boy.
You're a man in the shed.
Not always in the shed.
And that movie
you're
is
such a
Wet Hot
slave to the
American
shed.
Summer. Where's Michael Ian Black?
I'm a slave to the shed.
Looking for having gay sex or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
With Paul Rudd.
Is that where you bang your wife, when the kid's asleep? Keep quiet. Just go in the shed.
you like to recreate that scene specifically.
Let's just do a little laundry.
Yeah,
that's
our
romantic.
role play. We role play that scene.
I'm into that. I'm into that kind of stuff.
All right, moral.
The message. I mean,
Don't put money over human life.
Don't put
In
money
America, I
where.
still can't learn that lesson.
yeah, that's for sure.
No.
This is basically the same
I don't
attitude.
agree with that.
Why school shootings still happen and like mass shootings and shit. It's because the
True.
town hall scene, very illuminating if you want to know about America.
Very boomerish.
A little
boomer
boomerish,
meeting.
a
Little boomer.
little Garden
sesh.
State, but it's all in there. Everything about America is in Garden
Hey.
State.
If you ask me, the moral of the movie is get a bigger boat.
Obviously.
Let's all get a bigger boat.
That scene too, when that shark pops up, like the first time I seen that gave me chills. That was more chilling than like the head popping out.
The message of the
You know
movie,
what movie has a good-
the moral of the story is don't take your facts from the Universal ride tour guide. Okay. The Universal tour guide will not tell you the truth. They're just making things up.
Like,
If you're
they
impre-
filmed it right there.
They're not allowed
If
to
you're-
do that. They're not
If
allowed
you're
to
an
make stuff up.
impressionable 35-year-old man, you might fall for it.
You could
Also, when
sue.
we asked him what they said, Adam said, and this was your quote, this is our Jaws ride. And then Adam translated that to, this is where they filmed that Jaws scene.
Right.
Yeah.
I had the cameras set up and the lights. and
There's a
everything.
weird filter in your ears or something.
Who cares?
Dude, you know what has a really good jump scare? The Ring.
You see what I'm talking about?
Just want to
The
get
what?
that out there. The Ring has a really good.
Yeah, you would
This
know
is
because
scaring
you're-
me right now.
Sorry.
You would know you're in
I
the
keep
movie.
the
Yeah.
door closed.
I feel like I'm
looking at the
watching the
videotape
video
right
Electricity in
now.
here.
We
No
got 7
electricity in the
days.
shed.
Hey, if you're listening to this podcast episode, just know you got 7 days until Adam Adam falls out of your TV, hurts himself a little, and then talks to you, and then just gives you opinions.
Just tells you his like theories on no, the ocean's like another planet. It's like another planet down there.
I bet there's people who thought that was cool when I said it until you guys started.
You
Yeah,
didn't
those
even
people
say
were
another
me
planet.
when
You
I
said it was.
when I was 12 when I smoked weed for the first time.
You said
and
an
had that same
alien,
conversation.
an alien atmosphere, and that is what made me get upset.
Yeah, because that's anywhere.
It's no, but that's. I mean, why does that make you upset?
It's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life.
Why
Is this-
Foolish.
It's an atmosphere. Do you even know what atmosphere means?
Well, we
sounds
can't
like-
breathe in it.
It sounds like something somebody Did you take some wet
Whoa.
shrooms? Did you take some wet shrooms or something, Adam?
Tell your shroom story for the audience.
I got a text from Adam last night, or we got in a group text.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
was
sent
all
us a
pumped
picture of
'cause
shrooms.
He had psychedelic mushroom, psilocybin.
Hold on. He said, like, hey, are these, you guys think these look good? I'm like, I was like, oh no. First he sent a wet photo. I'm like, oh, cool. They're wet. Cause like, if you get fresh mushrooms, they're wet. And he's like,
yeah.
And he's like, you think these look good? I'm like, I guess. I don't know. It's like an eighth. He's like, yeah, I found that in City Hall, just growing out of the ground. And I picked them.
It was in the landscaping of City Hall.
And it's like, dude, that is
Wait,
that's a great
what?
way. That's a great way to get paralyzed, to just pick random. I thought he bought these off someone. He was just out there.
I thought you bought these up. So they weren't even dehydrated. So they were wild. Dude, why
Yeah, I
did
picked
you look?
wild mushrooms.
Oh man, you
Dude,
are.
and you're gonna
And
trip
this
on
is
them.
bad. Well, I don't know. I just picked them.
So you're just eating shit off the ground.
gonna
This is a whole
die.
different conversation. I thought you had bought like dehydrated mushrooms
No,
and
also
then
found a
rewashed
Snickers.
them.
No,
Really?
no, you missed that text, I guess, because you were working. But I
Yeah, I
found them
absolutely
on the
missed that.
ground
That's why I
in
was
the-
going around showing people like he bought mushrooms and then washed them. That's
Oh,
why
no,
everyone
no,
thought
no.
you were fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, he found
just
them on the.
misunderstood.
And I was like, did they grow in cow shit? Because like the real mushrooms grow in cow shit. That's the
Don't
specific.
eat those, Adam. Don't
No,
eat.
it was
Don't
probably-
pick anything
it was
out of
probably
a
dog
city
shit.
hall ground.
You will
It's in the
die
landscaping.
if you eat those.
Okay,
What
I'll
were you
throw 'em away.
doing? What were
Like,
you
go to the
doing?
hospital.
I,
That,
can't,
like,
I don't think I should risk it.
Permanent brain
No.
damage. Do you have any idea how dangerous eating
I'll
mushrooms
send you
is?
mushrooms, man. I'll send you mushrooms.
All right, thanks.
Oakland,
God.
California, you can buy mushrooms. I mean, there's ways
Adam,
to get mushrooms.
Don't teach your kid this stuff.
I shouldn't teach him this.
Just don't pick up random.
Wow,
Do you have like
he was
a?
with me actually.
You're not a truffle
He
pig.
found
dude.
them.
You're like,
So you're letting a 1-year-old pick things, and you're like, I'm gonna eat these.
No,
you
he
were
found
born
them,
in
and I was like,
America,
Oh my
right?
God, dude.
you were born in America, right? Because this is like, not even. Well, honestly, like a guy from another country wouldn't even be this dumb. They would have more of like,
I just
not
have an
street
adventurous
smarts,
spirit.
but like, this is a great way to end up paralyzed or like
I
brain
like
dead
picking
in a
wild
coma.
plants. I like picking wild plants. So
Well,
I
it's
just thought
dangerous.
Well,
It's
that's-
dangerous.
that's
Don't
one
do that.
thing.
That's
Picking up
why
a
I like doing
dandelion. And honestly,
you can eat any part of a dandelion.
yes, eat a dandelion before. That's better for you than fucking random sloppy looking mushrooms, dude.
The running joke of
just-
Adam being a golden retriever is
But you-
more true than ever. It's just,
But you weren't
he's-
gonna look up exactly. You weren't gonna look up what they were.
Well,
You know,
I
there's
just
like
thought
a
I'd
billion
ask you
different
guys, see
types
if
of
you
mushrooms.
Had any opinions?
Yeah. The same one
As the
that
mushroom boys.
I'll give you the same opinion that I got when I was probably 6 months old. Don't eat shit that you don't know what it is off the ground.
No, that's not good advice. You're gonna miss out on a lot of good stuff.
don't eat drugs you find on the street, except for
Don't eat anything.
the only
off
one
the
you
street.
can actually know what it
Mother
is
Nature makes
weed.
those. Mother Nature makes that.
And honestly,
take a
don't
bag
eat
of-
weed out of the ground.
You find a bag of white powder, man. I mean, give yourself
Ooh,
a little
free
taste
fund it.
test. Do a little taste test,
Yeah.
but don't go crazy.
That's from Mother
Yeah.
Nature too.
A little fentanyl
In a
might
way.
kill you. Anyway, ratings,
Okay.
you know, for me, this is 5 stars. It's a classic. It's a really slick, perfect movie. It's
Yeah.
Spielberg's best movie. I mean, fuck Saving Private Ryan. Schindler's List. Now, that's
That's Spielberg.
Oh yeah, that one's another beloved
Oh, yeah.
classic of his. Okay, how about this? Of his popcorn movies, this is the best one. Schindler's List is the best, highbrow drama. Schindler's List is fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
I've still never seen
a Ready
Schindler's
Player
List.
One.
I heard it's pretty funny.
You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
complete moron. Ready Player One is a good one.
8
Adam,
millimeter.
I'm the moron. Ryan just said Schindler's List was funny.
I heard
it
was
is
really
funny. It is
I heard it
funny.
was super funny. I heard it was
Very fun-
exclusively funny and no drama
one
or
of-
serious.
One of the funniest movies ever made. Ray Fiennes is a killer.
Isn't it one? Isn't it like?
It's
and I know.
hilarious.
I talk to. This is like a green
He's a
room
funny actor.
stand-up comedy green room thing. Schindler's List has joke to dialogue, the ratio is the highest ratio of jokes per second in Schindler's List.
Yeah, it
Something
goes,
crazy like that.
Schindler's
like everything
List,
that is said is a joke.
Schindler's List, Duck Soup, Airplane. That's the order of most jokes per second of film.
And then number 4, Bo Burnham's Inside.
Oh yeah, well, the new sincerity is back, people.
Garden State has funny moments. That's got some good humor and everything.
What part?
I appreciate
the dog humping the leg.
There's a dog humping a leg.
Or was that sexy to you, Adam? As a dog,
balls written on his forehead, and
he wears eyeliner at an Asian restaurant that he works at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good shit in the Garden. Man, I'm thinking about how good we got to do Garden State, guys.
Oh man, you're crazy. So what's your rating?
Jaws is obviously 5 stars.
So you got to give it a 5.
Here's a contrarian. Go with your bad pick, Adam.
No, of course. It's a great movie. And I like like I was saying, like kind of like it feels like this old, it's like evolved an older version of the movie, what it was before, like Creature of the Black Lagoon or whatever. And it's evolved it in like a very simple, clever way, effectively done. But the dialogue is a little I didn't find it as charming as
Garden State.
As Garden State.
It's no Garden State. I mean, Zach Braff was in it. If it had a horrible soundtrack of just garbage shit music.
Tell that to the Grammys. Okay.
Yeah, tell that to my Grammy.
If you're a white guy that's never had sex, you'll love Garden State.
Yeah, I was when I watched that when it came out. I probably was about that age. I mean, actually, if I were to watch it today for the first time, it'd be the same. I
had had sex, but I wasn't having sex at the time.
That's a pain that
I've never. I heard it
that's
is
a pain.
painful.
That's a pain that never goes away.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it, Ryan.
Having sex is painful. I'm scared.
Oh yeah, don't worry. You wouldn't like it. It's not for you.
What if the shark was the star of Garden State and he was like depressed? It's like, yeah, I eat people. I thought I would have more to my life though. This isn't really working out.
This movie, I almost gave it a 4.5 because it does an extremely awful. It's very unrepresentative of what sharks actually are and how dangerous they actually are. They're not that dangerous. They're like the dogs of the ocean.
What if the movie was called?
It was a very bad representation, and people that honestly, actually, there is a thing where there's like so many more shark murders after this movie. Shark hunts.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shark hunts. I see.
And murders.
Yeah, Man, Spielberg is
for
a piece
sport.
of shit.
So that's my blackfish. You know what I mean?
What if instead of Jaws,
that's my black face.
Instead of Jaws, it was called Jews, and they were like,
"Isn't that not the metaphor?"
I'll hunt you, Jew. The head, the tail, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I get the metaphor now.
That's what the metaphor was. And
these Jews come from Florida. Trust me, I can tell. Sandals.
It's pretty obvious when he jumps on the boat. He goes, "Can I get some of your money?" The shark says,
These are. You don't wear these shirts and pants in Massachusetts. You wear these in Florida. This is a tiger Jew. Okay. It'll eat anything it'll eat all the garbage, but we're talking about a great white Jew.
We're talking about a great white Jew. You ever seen a great white Jew do that? No. That just shook it. He's following us.
He just has
like George Costanza's mom comes out of the ocean.
He has
comes out of the water for a second and then goes back down.
His other skulls are in his little cabin, his little shack.
Jerry Stiller would be a good. He'd be a good Jaws.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I'm a shark, George.
He's got great white Jew skin lamps and furniture at home.
Everything is
right.
You're getting way deep with the jokes. Right? You're twisting things.
The more I'm thinking about the movie, the more
I'm on my second twisted tall boy. to be honest. So we're
What
gonna
about
get
Bad
dark and
Lieutenant?
twisted.
What if he was the sheriff, Bad Lieutenant? You know, Harvey Keitel is just like, I'm from New
He would
York.
just be wasted with Clint.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
It's just
I'm gonna
him
get-
and Clint doing his dance, his dick out, doing his dance.
He's
And
just
then
asleep
Clint
on the
comes out
beach.
behind.
He's like
doing it with
asleep.
the
slowly
shark, too.
shaking.
He's asleep on the beach, and he's there's just like kids getting eaten by sharks. He's just passed
He's
out.
waking up.
Yeah.
That's
That would totally be a scene. For
wakes
sure.
up at the crime scene. Just doing
Yeah.
heroin with the shark. The shark jumps on the boat and then just shoot up. He cries.
He lets the shark go at the end.
He
He's like,
lets
get the
the
fuck
shark
out
go.
of here. Puts it on a
Instead
bus.
of giving him two tanks, two explosive tanks, he gives him 30 grand.
He puts him on the boat and just like a shark drives away. It's just driving the boat. That'd be tight.
Then who kills him?
The,
Who drives by and kills him? The predator,
Mrs.
invisible on a
Kidner.
jet ski,
Mrs.
flies
Kidner.
by and goes,
Ooh, that'd be sick. That ties it all up in a nice little bow.
nice little predator bow.
The
I have
predator
to
on a
pee.
jet ski. That's sick, dude.
Something
And
crazy
she-
is going on. Sorry.
And then the predator takes the jet ski and dives down under the water. And then there's an alien world of like predators under the sea. That's where they're actually from.
And
You
he
thought
has
they were
to
from outer
kill-
space. They're from
They-
under the
no.
ocean.
That's where their alien atmosphere is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
check
like
this out.
it's like Star Wars Episode 1 when the
Did you hear
Jar Jar Binks.
Quiet. Yeah, that's
Now
that
your face is
JJB.
just in your asshole, basically. Right.
I pretended to
So-
fart on my mic, and Adam's getting turned on.
Oh, you
now.
didn't actually do it.
No, because I actually probably poop if I forced it.
So
What's
what
your
movie we
ratings,
doing-
Adam?
What movie are we doing next week? What are we doing?
I said 5.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
What is the
Sleepaway
theme?
Camp.
Guy.
Summer Bummer,
Summer?
baby. It's all about summer. Bully.
By the way, I saw
Ernest
Jaws
Goes
on
to Camp's
in
good.
Hollywood Forever and on 4th of July, like when I first moved to LA, and it was awesome. And then there were fireworks going off during it
movie?
and stuff.
What
It's a
movie
great
next week?
way- Hard Bodies.
No.
Let's do Hard Bodies. Okay.
Okay, I guess we're doing Bully. Bully. You'll
sounds
like that
fun.
movie, Adam. It's about Florida.
I've seen it. You'll like that movie because it's about bullies.
That's true. Bullies are
That is
very
why you
cool.
like it, is it?
Bullies are cool. Bullies are fun. I wish I could bully everyone. That's my that's
a bully
my
chant.
song when I wake up in the morning. All right, that's the end of the episode.